Steve from Blue's Clues is starting a podcast, right? And based on the premise of it and why he's doing it, it sounds really dope and I'm intrigued. Let's talk about it. So right here, an article from Variety reports Steve Burns, original Blue's Clues host, is launching a podcast for grown-ups that's a continuation of the beloved kids show. Now, when I first read this title, I was thinking like, hold on. A continuation of Blue's Clues through a podcast? Sounds interesting. I'm down to see it. I'm down to see what happens, but how? I was low-key thinking, what we finna get a podcast that's a mixture of live footage with goddamn animation thrown into it? I was down. But it's not that. So it says right here, the podcast will be launched with Lemonada Media and it will be called Alive and is slated to premiere in the fall of 2025. So we only got a couple months to wait for it. That's not too bad. As for what the podcast will be about, it says right here, Alive is a weekly show in which Burns and his guests will discuss what it means to stay human in a complicated world. The podcast will touch on themes including mortality, masculinity, loneliness, and success. Now, I'm pretty sure all of those topics have been touched up on in other podcasts and things of that nature, but the fact that this one is coming from Steve of Blue's Clues make it so much better. So this is one big quote from Steve himself, but we're only going to focus on the highlighted part since this is a lot. The top part says, there are 1,000 podcasts you can listen to. This is the one that listens back. I really want to continue what we started decades ago. For us, it was all about curious investigation. It was about looking a little closer, about asking the right questions, about following the clues that help lead us towards greater understanding. The second part says, we're still searching, still learning, still trying to connect, still doing our best to lead deeply examined lives together. And you know, there'll be less talking furniture, sure, but we're still going to have a lot of fun along the way. And this is the part right here that hit home for me from the article. The CEO of Lemonada said, adults need to be shepherded through life just as much as kids do, and Steve is the perfect person to do it. And she proceeds to go on to talk about how Steve is the perfect person to do it because he taps into your inner child, making you feel comfort and curiosity and good things like that. And this is all like a full circle thing because if you remember during the pandemic and even today, I believe, Steve was uploading motivational conversation-esque videos on TikTok, just having conversations with viewers. And the entire internet, including myself, was loving it. It's so crazy to think, right, that Blue's Clues is a show from our early preschool memories, childhood that we all knew and loved, right? Still love it to this day. The original host of that show is still trying to make a positive impact on our lives today as we're adults. I love it. I respect it. I can't wait for this podcast.